I'd like to show you today how to make a bird airplane. It's very simple once you know how, and after you've done it 3 or 4 times, you remember it forever. So I'd be glad to show it to you. So you start off with a full sheet of paper, and you take the paper and you fold it down so that the side of the paper lines up perfectly and you have a sharp corner at the point. And pull it down. I like to use the back of my nail to make sure there's a good hard crease in the paper. Now you take the paper again, I'm going to move this guy, and you put that, and you do the same thing on the other side. You line up the side of the paper so that you end up with a sharp point on the corner, and that the page lines up all the way down. While you've got it like this, take the bottom of the page and fold it over and give it a score, and even better, go the other way and score it one more time. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to save it for later. So we'll just take it and rip it off for now. Shouldn't be too hard now that you've scored it. If you rip it, better to start from the other end. And good enough. Okay, so here's the piece we started with. We now have a square. And it doesn't really matter which way, but you're going to take two sides and hold them together and take the other two sides. You end up like this, and you make a triangle. Nice sharp point. And if you line up the edges, it will be better. It's always better to be neat. So line up the edge, flatten it in the middle, line up the edge, there we go. That's good. Don't worry about the rough edges there, that's not going to hurt anything. So now you take you've got two triangles, one on top, one on the bottom. Take one of the sides and fold it up right to the very tip. Again, you're watching the edge, and you make sure that the edge lines up perfectly. If it doesn't line up perfectly, it's okay, it's going to work, but it's just not going to look as nice. So it's just better to try to do it as nice as you can. There we go. Fold that. Okay. So you see what we've got now. We've got this piece inside of the other triangle. So we're going to take this piece and fold it over so that this edge lines up with the middle. Right in line. There you go. It's getting a little harder now that you've got more layers of paper. Whoops. Take the other edge, fold it over right to the middle, and score it. So now you've got it like this. Okay, now unfold it and do it again the other way. You're going to do it from the top down this time instead of from the bottom up. Exact same thing. You're going to go right, try to line up the edge of the paper right with the middle and make a hard seam. There you go. Okay, now, this is the tricky part. This is the only tricky part in the whole thing. You're going to take the point that you made here and the point that you made there and join them. So you fold this together. It's going to try to come apart a little bit. And you're going to make a sharp point at the tip and line it up with the middle. You see what I've done there? I just took the point that was down here in the fold and I tried to connect it. It can't really connect, but I tried to connect it. It's more important that it lines up with this edge. So you just fold it in half. The previous two folds just made it easier to come and do this. And you're trying to line up the edge of the paper right here. So you line that up and just fold it forward, and now you got 2 points. So now we're here, and take it and fold it in half this way. So now you've got a triangle and some points here. Okay. Sorry. Let's put it back. Actually, I'm going to flip it over and fold it, and I'm going to take this point now right down the middle. I'll show you here that the point on this side and the point on that side are touching. If I just hold it together, I can flatten out the wings, the front edge of the wings. So there's our bird body. And we folded it. So there's our bird body right there. So we took this piece off earlier. This was the piece that we tore off the bottom of the strip. If you fold it in half, and I like to shorten it up a little bit. And take it, fold it in half, and unfold this and fold it back in half again, just so that it makes this easier to insert. And just insert this along the seam till it stops. Fold the front back down again. And there it is, the bird airplane. Now when you fly this plane won't fly straight. This plane does loop-de-loops. It does circles. If you drop it off a tall building or somewhere high, it will circle around and catch updrafts. The way to throw this, if you're in the house or if you're outside in the backyard, is to grab it down in the bottom here. It's okay if it comes apart a little bit. It's better to get a good grip right at this point. And then you just throw it down and it will loop the loop and you have fun all day. The other thing is that you could change things up. You could take out the tail that we had before, or a new piece of tail. You could, I shortened it up the first time. I don't know if these are really scissors or not. I guess they are. So we could take the tail and do something different, right? Just to change things up. Okay, and maybe here we could change something up on these wings. We could try it out the way it is, or we could maybe make an alteration. Make it into something else. Let me take those away. Open it back up, and we will insert the new tail. And there, a totally new bird. I hope you have fun. Pass it along. Thank you very much for watching my video.